Hey everybody, welcome back to the Madhouse Podcast. Our guest this week is no other than Dan Soder, world famous comedian, friend of the pod, legend here at and anywhere in the world. So stay tuned. As always, you can catch me on tour. I had a great time in Fort Collins this weekend. Come out to an upcoming show. This weekend, I'm coming to Albuquerque, New Mexico. Next week, we're coming to Potttstown, PA for Soul Joel's. August, Tyler, Texas. I don't know if those tickets are up yet. September, Dallas, etc., etc. So go to punchup.live/Maddy Smith to cop a ticket, and we'll see you out there. Stay tuned for the episode.
Do you know there's levels of dead dad? I didn't know that. Like degrees of a black belt. Like when my dad was alive, he wasn't around, so I was always jealous of kids whose dads were around. Then my dad died. Then I got jealous of kids with better dead dads. Dude, I've lived in New York the last 13 years. I have multiple friends whose dads died saving people in 9/11. Top shelf dead dad. That is premium American hero dead dad. My dad died drinking next to a lake. He relaxed to death. Bottom shelf dead dad. Dude, my friends' dads probably said something heroic, you know? They're like, we need to save those people. My dad's last words were like, I like mine with ladies at the
All right, are we rocking, you guys? Okay. Hey, everybody, we got Dan Soder.
I'm doing that thing where I fucking get into the couch. I'm making my mark. I'm fucking putting my
like
stank on it. I gotta put my itchy asshole on your couch.
Yeah. Is your asshole itchy?
Yeah, it was. Yesterday, it was, I mean, I don't know if that's a thing with age, but my asshole has just gotten, I know it's like a Louis bit and a Dane Cook bit. That was my favorite part of Louis, is when Dane Cook was like, hey, Louis, everyone's asshole itches. But it's true, and it's, I don't know.
It's true.
Man.
I mean, my asshole itches, and
I have hemorrhoids,
I'm a young
though.
thing.
Yeah, you're just
33.
a little tiny little lady.
I'm so young and tight and
You're just
young.
a little teen.
Barely.
You're barely, Maddie Smith's barely legal.
I'm barely illegal.
Barely illegal.
Just under the cusp. Yeah, I've heard of that. I think guys have a lot of asshole issues in general. Like every
Yeah, we got more asshole hair.
Yeah, for sure.
It's just a fucking mess down there.
A lot of hair. You guys, like, all women are nervous about their bushes, and then you guys have like huge bushes.
It just starts getting fucking crazy the older you get.
Wild.
When you're young, you're like hairless.
Yeah.
And you're like, look at all these old, gross, hairy men.
Yep.
And then now I'm in my 40s and I'm just fucking gross.
Look at your forearms.
I've always had Robin Williams.
You always had that?
Yeah, I've always had that.
Because I always looked at...
I have the watch, too. Check the swatches.
Yeah. Look at that.
Hair swatch.
Room.
Let me check the time. But it's way bad now. Now it's just everywhere and it's gross. And
You're back?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, because I had a hair transplant, so they make you take a minoxidil to keep your hair.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
I didn't know that.
And so now my fucking back's getting hairy and shit.
What do you mean you had a hair transplant from what? To your head?
No, from the back of my head to my top of my head. I got hair. Yeah, I have a whole bit about it.
I'm sorry.
Oh, no, I don't. You shouldn't know my catalog.
I have a joke.
But
it's just funny you didn't do
it's a thing. I love talking about my hair tits, dude.
Yeah, that's cool.
I got a space
back
wig.
To the front. Hair looks great.
Pay for it.
Yeah.
Fucking
right.
Thank God.
Right.
And we're in the age where that's like, it's really good now.
Yeah.
It was like, I remember when fake breasts were really bad, and now they're like great.
Great.
And like hair tits are catching up.
Great. Everything is kind of catching up.
Yeah. The one thing is that everyone's getting same face. And I kind of am like, I wish I had a better head, because I think if you can look cute with the cul-de-sac, there's a lot of value in that.
Yeah, cul-de-sac as in...
Like, there's no hair right here, so you just got like around the end. My head's a disaster, though. I wear a size 8 fitted cap.
Yeah, you have a large head. Just large features in general.
Just built weird. It does. It looks like my brain's pressing part of it. Like when you get gigantism.
You're thinking so much.
You're like, oh, you have I wouldn't be surprised if they're like, yeah, you have like kind of gigantism.
Right.
You have like a little gigantism.
Touch. Just a touch of the tism.
I'm on the spectrum of gigantism. Yeah. I'm like where you go. I'm giant divergent.
Yeah.
You know?
You're
I'm
in there.
I'm like, I want to turn into a giant.
Ancestry.
Yeah.
.com goes back.
Yeah, the Neanderthal, they would find it.
2%.
My head can smash shit. I know that.
For sure. Massive pillow.
Oh, crazy big pillow.
Your pillow's the size of
Crazy.
freaking
Crazy.
doormat.
What was that on? Did you ever watch So I Married an Axe Murderer?
No, I never watched that.
You should watch it. It holds up.
Yeah.
It's Mike Myers at his peak.
Yeah.
But his dad makes fun of his brother with a big head, and he's like, he's going to cry himself to sleep tonight on his big pillow.
On his big pillow.
On his big pillow. But yeah, I have a fucking giant head.
Yeah.
And when you're little, that's very easy to hone in on.
You think that's why your mom ended up as a single mom?
Yeah, they were like, Jesus Christ, parachute pants? The fuck's going on down there?
Tore that shit off.
What did you have, a baby rhino?
Walked right out.
Yeah, dude, it was. I fucking slid out, feet first,
Yeah.
double peace signs.
Yeah. Like a water park? A water park where you go straight down?
I think single mom was, it was probably because, a big head. I had a big head and I was annoying.
This is how you came out.
I had a swimsuit on for some reason.
Yeah.
It was just up my butt.
Up your asshole.
You flew down that fucking flume.
Doctor caught you.
Do you have brothers and sisters?
I have one sister.
Older or younger?
She's older. She's 4 years older. She's
Nice.
a nurse.
You have such Maddie, get out of my room.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I was a terrorizer.
That makes a lot of sense.
My sister was born, and she was one of those kids who you can tell right away she's going to be smart.
Yeah.
She's going to be smart.
Oh, my God.
Like wowing people at 2 years old. Oh, bonjour, bonjour.
Oh, that's really funny. I want to go to Europe.
Literally.
And you go, what a little child
Oh,
adult.
who is this angel?
And then Maddy.
Child adult.
And then Maddy coming out.
Zooming in. Like, I was 8 to 9 months climbing out of cribs, climbing out of... My parents were in the backyard, and they look up. I'm in the window.
No way.
Yeah.
Now,
No
that could be a
climber.
haunting thing.
Yeah.
You do that wrong.
Yeah,
and
I
you
know,
go
right?
if with the wrong music playing,
Hilarious.
you look up and you go, Maddie's in the window.
She's possessed.
How old are you?
9, under a year.
Daddy.
They had to lock up the cribs, and I was moving a lot. Zooming.
Did you get a lot of trouble in school?
I didn't get in trouble in school because I hate getting in trouble in front of other people. I hate being embarrassed. I hate being singled out. I even hate if I'm in a group of new people and you would turn to me and say, Maddy, what kind of music do you like? And everyone...
You don't like being on this? That's crazy.
Which is insane because I do comedy.
Yes and no. I understand that it does sound crazy on paper, like you hate being singled out, but you do stand up where you single yourself. But you're putting yourself on stage.
I'm putting...
So it's your choice.
True. And I can say the context of it is they're here to watch me laugh.
Yeah.
So I can do crowd control.
It's like when you watch a serial killer documentary and then you realize they always their moms pinched their penis or something and you go yeah, that's why they're taking a wrench to that hooker's head.
Yeah.
Got it.
That's why. It's
There it
the
is.
One moment
It fucking lines up.
She pinched the little head.
She's like, this is your little bad stick. And then he just grew up and he was like, I gotta fucking kill hookers. But with comics, there's always a thing of why do you go on stage every night and be like, please,
I'm begging you.
please.
I think mine's similar to Joe List, how he talks about quiet, kind of colder parents growing up.
His parents are, for how fun and out there Joe List is.
So fun.
His mom's got a little of that. That's where he gets it from probably. His dad's cold as ice.
He was telling me
But I love his dad.
on the pod about a month ago about the never watching the Standup or
It's crazy.
no feedback on...
It's crazy especially because of how good Joe is at stand-up. That you're
amazing.
You didn't fucking...
I know.
But that's always the thing. Former Detroit Lions running back Barry Sanders.
Shout out.
His dad would always... if you watch a documentary about him, his dad would always be like, I'm a better running back than Barry.
Right.
And you're like, oh, you're not, though.
Insane.
You're not. You did not go to the NFL and do what he did.
Yeah.
And he's like, no, I'm better than him.
No, I'm better.
And so I think there's always there's serial killers in comics. There's always a reason for the way we behave.
For sure.
And why we behave.
There's 1% who maybe majored in acting, theater, some sort of art, and they're naturally but for the most part, we're fucked up. We're fucked up freaks.
Well, it's people that learned how to do stand-up and people that used it as a defense mechanism. That's why I asked if you got in trouble in school.
Yeah, okay, so if I watch comedy, I usually do similar to you, I'll be comedy class.
Yeah. Oh,
Stand-up?
yeah. You're like a detective. You
yeah.
can touch the ground and go, that was a comedy class.
In Gotham 2012.
But I think that's any job. You find any job and you find people that are built for it and people that are wound up doing it.
For sure.
I'm always amazed by that because I always am amazed when I find how comics are actually much more talented and smart.
Me too.
They're better than this. Where you're like, what are you doing?
When people say They went to law school.
Yeah, like Greg Giraldo was a full lawyer.
Full lawyer. Harvard, right?
I think so.
Yeah.
But he was just like a full lawyer, and then was like, I'll do stand-up.
Yeah.
That's why when anyone
Fascinating.
When anyone thinks this is important, you're like, it's not. It's always.
It's not. Stop acting like it is.
It is a safety school. Stand-up is a safety school.
Yes, it is.
It is Arizona State. It is 2.5.
Yep. Online.
Johnson and Wales. Shout out.
Anyone can get in.
Johnson and Wales, though. I think, honestly, if I'm doing it again, I'm not going to the University of Arizona. I think I'm going to Johnson and Wales.
Yeah?
I think I'm learning how to cook.
I think I'm going to go ITT Tech.
Dude, do it. Let's both get degrees at DeVry.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's challenge. Let's challenge each other. See who can get a job.
We
fastest.
both fall off in comedy, and you go.
Degree.
I understand that, but my computer programming is like off
good.
the charts.
It's good.
I'm like ready to get hired.
Yeah,
I might move to California.
I
and
just
work
booked
in tech.
entry level at Geico. Super pumped.
We need comics leaving comedy for real jobs.
Need more of that
because acting and like all the other stuff that people used to leave stand-up for is all dried up.
It's over.
So you're like, get people into tech schools.
Because everybody's touring.
That'd be the meanest thing to say to a young comic is go like, you should go to a tech school.
I know. You should go to tech school or a trade school.
Go to trade school. And they're like,
did you ever consider BOCES?
We could teach you how to get into anything.
Yeah, they should have a scholarship for...
Just hand out pamphlets to people at stand-up.
Yeah.
At comedy clubs. Like, watch their set and go, this is for DeVry.
This is for DeVry.
Oh, it was that bad?
I mean, let's just say there's a lot of us. We don't have room for someone who has...
don't worry. I think
space to grow.
There's a culling coming. There's going to be a thinning of the herd.
I think people are going to get tired.
I'm tired of it.
I'm tired. Oh yeah.
I'm tired
exhausted.
of scrolling any social media and just seeing the bottom of a Shure mic, including my own clips.
I agree. I'm tired of
see it and I go like, oh, God damn it.
I'm tired of thinking I know pretty much everyone and then scrolling and seeing someone with a clip that has like 1 million and then you go to their page and they're huge and you're like, how did I not know about this person too? There's so many people.
It's so crazy that you can get an instant hit of Insecurity.
It's insane.
Like they talk about dopamine, but they never talk about the instant hits of Insecurity.
Anti-dopamine.
Yeah, you go,
like a shock through my body. For what? What is that?
Just a clip of something that didn't even make me smile, and it's got like 533,000 likes, and the people are like, I can't believe you sold out SeaWorld. And you go like, I can't even fucking sell a
Please come to Universal Studios.
Oh my God, I can't believe you filled the Grand Canyon with your crowd work.
Please come to Red Rocks. Please do the Gorge. Please do the Gorge. Please do the Gorge. 6 sold out shows at the Gorge.
Sorry, that's my scrolling gun.
Freaking out. Yeah,
is that a scrolling handgun? Sorry,
I swear to God.
Sorry, I'm gonna check what's going on social media. Yeah, dude.
It's so bad.
Yeah, but there's also like, whatever, man. It's a fucking pretty great time to be alive.
At the same time.
It's like such a duality. So many people, it's just fucking, I don't know. Who cares?
At the end of the day, we do have the best job in the world. Best job in the world.
I'm waiting for someone just to come and get me and go like, all right, you got away with it for too long.
Me too.
I genuinely am waiting for that.
Every day I wake up, I'm like,
you got to go back to lunches.
Yeah.
And I'm like, do I have to set up cafe? And
yeah,
they're like,
you do.
Yeah. And
we
need you to fill ice.
Okay.
Those fucking bartenders.
Yeah, that's not even... That's not even... whatever, we'll talk about when I get
If I got kidnapped, that would be the scariest thing more than like... Because I've hid money, so if they're like, your family's in trouble, I'd be like, all right, whatever, kill me.
Good. Yeah.
The right people will contact them and they have their marching orders. But if someone kidnapped me and was like, you have to work 2 doubles back to back and you can't smoke cigarettes, I'd be like, who is this? What do you want?
What?
The fuck do you want from me?
What do you want? Yeah.
I want it, or you're going to have to work a 5-table section at Bubblegum Shrimp.
And they're all angry.
And they're all angry Spanish tourists. And you go, no water, no water with gas.
They won't tip.
They're gonna tip 12% and you need to, dude,
they're going to sit there for hours.
Shout out all of our waiters.
Shout out.
All the great people in the service industry.
Shout out when you go out with someone you never gone out with before and they're rude to waiters. That's so fun, isn't it? You're like looking at the server, you're like, I didn't know.
That is... That is like a werewolf.
Yeah.
When you see someone and you go like, it's been a great dinner, and they're like, The waiter's like, can I get you more water? And like,
Actually, no.
Get the fuck away from me.
You get the bill and they're inspecting the bill.
What is that?
No. Yeah, it looks like they charged me double for that Diet Coke. I'll be right back.
Take the first 2 numbers and double them up, and that's the tip.
Don't care.
That's the tip.
Don't care.
Al Magical, one time we were out in Vancouver, and this was when he was on The Daily Show, and this guy recognized him, and I'll never forget, he goes, shit. The waiter recognized him, and he was like, hey man, you're like on The Daily Show. And Al was like, yeah, it was really nice. And then he walked away, and he's like, he got me. I go, what do you mean? He goes, it's a recognized tax. Now you got to tip at least 40%.
Yeah, because
he goes, you can't just go 25, which is a normal tip. 25% is a good tip. He's like, recognized tax.
It's so true.
And I was like, oh yeah,
it's so true.
Because I do that to Common and Serena Williams. I waited on I waited on them, and Common.
And they tipped standard.
Common tipped me like shit. Common tipped me and my friend Matt like 10%.
And he's supposed to be like nice guy, cool, progressive.
Man of the people, I thought.
Tiffany Haddish, I don't know.
I thought he was a man of the people.
Me too.
10%.
Common, it's in the name.
That's why I got so mad when he was doing those AI commercials for Microsoft.
I know,
was like, because I know you're not even tipping the waiters. You go out to dinner after you fucking take that AI money.
Asshole.
Oh
you
my
fucking
God.
asshole. I know.
Yeah. Did you ever wait tables?
Yeah, I did. I did that thing where the pizzeria has a front restaurant. So I would do, during the week, I was back end fries and wings and subs.
Nice.
And then on Friday, Saturday, waitressing in the front.
Wait, so you were making the sandwiches?
Yeah, we did. So at the pizzeria I worked at, they only let the guys make pizza.
Oh,
the girls
how
weren't allowed.
sexist.
I know, but it worked in my favor.
Sexist.
It's not like I'm begging to be.
Yeah. Do you think it's because your little weak lady wrists couldn't toss the dough?
I think so. I think they looked at me and they're like, oh, she's Victoria's
Or does it become a nice pizza? You got cum on your hands from jacking your dick from earlier. There's some cum in that pizza dough.
That is cum. You do not have
Oh,
cum.
your pussy. Don't get your pussy near the door.
They said the ovens were too high and hot for us. They literally said that.
Okay.
But then
that does sound.
In women's defense, the substation, they said it was too many things to think about for guys to be doing.
That's so funny.
Like
your little
women are
lady
more,
brains.
Yeah, more detail or salt and pepper.
Sorry, ladies. This isn't a recipe you can follow.
Right.
This is a sandwich you gotta make. If you're that's so like old timey sexism.
Is that
it's
so funny?
Like, wow, she doesn't. You gotta confuse her with all the different things.
Right, but now.
Oh, is it a turkey? Oh, get out of my way! You're screwing up the substation.
Oh, sorry.
Did you get good?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It was this weird thing where I was like, you get this. I'm competitive, so anywhere I go, I'm like, I want to be the best. Well, there was
like what sub came through on the order that you were like.
Game over.
Maddy Smith is about to knock your dick in the dirt on this one.
I think more hilarious. I think more so it was about like speed.
Yeah.
At this place.
Which one could you nail the quickest?
So it would be like I did the wings too in the fryer. So it was like Friday night in Buffalo. So I'm from Buffalo.
Oh fuck! So you got to do wings well.
And you got to be fast. And the wings have this 14-minute timer. Yeah. So you got to write the time on the receipt, drop the wings, blah blah blah. But then it would be like
you're like a jazz drummer going.
I was literally Miles Teller in Whiplash. And
like, wings are up.
Yeah, that's what it felt like. I'm like, this is art. This is the most artistic
I'm telling
I've ever been.
You get back there and you start fucking moving around.
I'm saying, and you get into rhythm, slip, boom, slip, boom. I'm feeling like fucking.
That old Maddy Smith. I'm gonna tell you right now, that girl can make a wing.
She's a one-man band.
She going crazy on them sandwiches.
Bert and Mary Poppins.
That's old Sandwich Maddy.
So Sandwich and Wing Maddy. That motherfucker's detail oriented.
That's one of the baddest bitches that ever got put on that sandwich station. And they say there's too many ingredients for women.
Isn't it crazy when you get off on like compliments at the food place you work at?
It's the best because those are real and no one's trying to use it.
Great job tonight. I'm like,
no one's using it to get ahead.
I know.
They're genuine compliments.
They all just want to make a good pie.
Yeah.
So yeah, the stress would be they would warn you. They're like when you first start working there, they're like when you do Fridays and when you not yet obviously because we're on the Tuesday Thursday. But when you get a Friday shift, you'll know that you're ready. And it was
so that's what they do.
It was as crazy as they said. From 5:30 to 10:30 p.m. receipts.
Do you remember your first Friday?
Receipts. Yeah, I do. It was insane.
Did you like have to pump yourself up with a bowl in the parking lot?
I was nervous. I didn't smoke. I wasn't really smoking weed yet.
Okay.
But there was one Friday I got really high before that.
Nothing is worse than being too high on the floor.
I know. I was losing it.
I got too high
everywhere.
Christmas 19 1999 Christmas season going into 2000. My junior year of high school, I was a busboy at Red Robin at the Park Meadows Mall.
Wow.
And I'm going to tell you right now, I smoked some fucking resin like a I smoked a fat little ball of resin. And resin high gets you like very giggly, very hungry. Yeah. Bad idea.
What?
And I
just,
it was the worst shift of my life.
Yeah.
I think I dropped like 3 trays.
The whole time it happened with me, I was like, why did you do this?
Yeah, why did you go like, you did this to yourself?
6 hours of freaking out.
Stop! And it's Christmas rush at a mall restaurant is like I've worked at other restaurants and there's waves. A restaurant near a mall at Christmas is just a continuous stream of people. So there's no stopping, having a little fucking cone of Coke, going out back for a Camel Light. You're just like on the floor, moving.
Now, did you get double pay because it was...
No, they didn't give a fuck.
Yeah.
No. They'd get mad if I got free fries from my friend Zach, who was at Expo.
I know. Isn't that the worst when you get a new job and they're like, so food is half off?
And you go, oh. But that always, to me, was a challenge. Where they're like, food's half off, and you're like, watch how much likability I'm about to bring.
No, literally. It was like 1 month into working at Pizza Inn. I was eating like every hour.
Yeah, you go.
Grab a sandwich while I'm working.
The only thing more important in the service industry than money is seniority.
Okay.
Is like getting over to be able to do shit, because then it's like you start politicking.
Yeah, I know.
And you start like, and the sweet spot to be in at a restaurant is to not be too pro restaurant. Totally, you still have to prove that you'll steal shit from them. Totally. That you don't respect the people that own the restaurant.
Nonchalant.
But you have to be right in that sweet spot. But you also have to be a good worker.
You have to be, at the end of the day, good worker is like number
Do your
one.
side work.
It's like the same thing as, at the end of the day, if you're good on stage, you can get away with a lot more.
We've been seeing it the past decade or so. It's,
literally.
Too much. We go, oh, come on. Can he just be good on stage?
Literally.
Come on.
Why?
But for that Friday, I'm interested in. What
it was crazy.
It?
Oh my God.
What grade were you in?
So I started working there when I was a senior in high school. It's called Pizza Inn. But
did you have class? Did you have school before your first Friday shift?
School. Yep. I got out. I got to school at 4. I went to Pizza Inn at 5. Rush started at 5:30. You would come in. So you come in.
And you're all the way in the back.
Yep.
This is you on wings, sandwich station.
Yep. Wings. So there's 3 of us on wing station. I was lead, obviously.
Oh,
sub girls.
But this is your first Friday.
First Friday. Luckily, it wasn't during Lent because fish fry would have been crazy. So I had a non-Lent. Non-Lent. So, all right. So the calls start coming in. Then you got 4 receipts.
And this is and they told you when you get scheduled on a Friday.
They tell you Friday.
You're ready.
Friday.
So you get that Friday on that schedule.
Yeah.
And you're like, let's fucking go.
Or someone texted me like, would you be down to do a Friday? And I go, oh yeah.
Damn.
Because my life revolves around this pizzeria. Like I already had sex with a couple people there now. Now I'm like, pizza. Now I'm like considering not going to college so I can just work at Pizza Inn.
I mean, the amount of ass that you get working in the restaurant industry.
It's insane.
Don't let these movies and these fucking stories make you believe that college is some sort of pussy palooza.
Not at all.
Because it's not.
It's not.
I got very little ass in college.
Totally agree.
But I cleaned up every time I worked in a restaurant. High stress situation, and then you go drink.
There's like a unifying force.
And you go drink after.
We fucking did that.
It's summer camp. With the intensity of you're in a food war.
Yeah,
and you're like,
and at the end,
you're fighting off food zombies.
Yep, food zombies. Yeah, food fat fucks.
Yeah, because all these people are just coming in like, and you're like, get the fuck out. And then you board up the thing and you go,
yeah.
Some of the fucking everybody.
Nastiest motherfuckers I had sex with Bon. If it was Friday and it's like 9 p.m. and then you hear like John's having a fire tonight.
Let's go.
I'm finna fucking do coke.
Oh, okay. What are we going to CB6 after everyone closes?
Yeah.
I'll see you. I'll be doing shots of Jameson. I think they're going to lock the door and let us smoke inside.
Yeah, I'm 17.
Oh my God, dude.
So great.
Oh my God.
So great.
Young people out there work in restaurants.
You have to.
Just for the ass.
Yeah.
Just for the heartbreak.
Yeah.
For the heart. For the love.
I fucked multiple guys and multiple of them also hurt ghosted me, hurt my feelings.
I have fallen in love. I have had my heart broken. I have broken hearts.
Man, I was like, you are my husband.
You are. It really is. It's just like such wartime. Like, I love you.
Yeah.
You are mine.
Yeah.
No, look at me. You're both wet.
Yeah.
Look at me. Look at everyone. Look at this. And then you're like, get the fuck out.
Hey, go get another gallon of barbecue sauce, please.
And I got called off.
Yeah.
I got called off. There wasn't enough reservation.
Yeah. So maybe see you next week.
Yeah. Going up to the host stand and finding out how much money you're going to make that night.
Oh my God.
When you go, what's on the books? And they go like, 105 in like a restaurant that sits 400. You're like, I'm fucked.
Yeah, I'm screwed.
I'm fucked. I'm gonna go fold my napkins.
That was the wealthiest I've ever been too, because when I graduated college, I had all this debt.
Yeah, shout out.
Pre-college, just stacking up cash.
I
Wealthiest I've ever been.
I used to just take I was a busser, so I didn't make that much money, but I would make like cash under the table.
Especially when you're young, though. It's like first time really like stacking. Even if it's like 100, 200, you're like, I have money.
And then I would just immediately go buy an eighth.
Yeah, duh.
I would just go buy. I would just shout out to Devin.
Drop it.
I hope Devin's all right. I heard he was in prison, but he was like our weed
Devin.
guy. He was the guy I graduated high school with, but he was like the weed guy.
Yeah.
Like he sold weed to adults and he was in high school, but he lived by himself in a townhouse by my mom. And when
he was in high school?
Yeah.
That's
his senior year, he lived by himself.
Very Colorado.
And you just go buy weed off Devin. You'd be in the parking lot and you'd see friends.
Yeah. Hey.
You'd be like, oh, what are you guys doing?
Devin.
One time, I swear to God, there was a line like at Devin's house. And you're like, everyone was waiting to buy weed.
It's awesome, like a popular brunch place.
Yeah, you would. You'd be like, oh my God, the influencers are here. Let me show you guys a little place called Devin's Townhouse.
Walk, don't run to Devin's Townhouse.
There are digi-scales filled with the hairiest nugs you'll ever see in your life.
And if you get lucky, Devin will ask you to stay and watch an episode of South Park.
And rip a bong with him.
He's cool.
Then you'll be so scared, you'll have to stay in the parking lot for 45 minutes while you come down. Yeah, dude, it was fucking sick, but I remember always just getting paid and then like, he had a phone. This was before cell phones. You'd have to like call his house and be like, or his apartment and be like, hey, can I come over?
He's always there.
Socks or something, whatever the made up word was. And then you go over there and
Did your mom smoke weed when you were in high school?
No, my mom was cool with it, but she didn't smoke weed.
Okay.
We got high on my 18th birthday and it sucked.
Yeah.
I don't know if you've gotten high with your parents.
I have, but it's kind of...
Getting high with family is never as fun as you think it's going to be.
It's pretty awkward. The first time I did it, my mom's a huge Grateful Dead fan.
Sick.
So
But then you have to listen to music that if you're not into...
I know. I'm aware. My whole upbringing was the twingy twang twang of Jerry Garcia. And I think that all the women who are into the Grateful Dead just wanted to fuck Daddy Jerry.
Daddy Jerry's a big old dong, dude.
Yeah.
Just sounded like Jamtown, USA.
Like so it was like 94 when he died, right?
Yeah.
So I was only 3, but my sister was like, the day he died, my mom was not approachable.
I never thought about being the child of a deadhead.
Yeah.
You just have to listen to so many like bing bow bing bow bow bing bow bow. You go, this is called Fillmore Street in Spring.
Literally
it's like,
live from Philadelphia.
Yeah. Bing bing bow bing bang. My mom boozed, so it was all like she was a single lady in the 90s boozing, so it was all like Bonnie Raitt.
Yeah.
And like fucking
Let's get in something to talk about.
That greatest hits, I'll put it up there with almost any album. I'm talking about Nick of Time. I'm talking about everyone likes to do, let's give them something to talk about. But there are several Bonnie Raitt songs that fire me the fuck up.
That's mom shit.
Dude, that is...
So your mom had the CD she played in the car?
Dude, I'm telling you, Bonnie Raitt, Steve Winwood, just like, I don't need no man shit.
Totally.
A lot of Kenny Loggins, which I think she had a crush on Kenny Loggins.
Is that Footloose kind of vibes?
Yeah, dude. Yeah, Danger Zone. Yep. I mean, he had a lot of hits outside of that.
Yeah.
But it was like a little soft rock and then some like...
Did she like any of the 90s like Melissa Etheridge?
Yes. Loved Melissa Etheridge, loved Whitney Houston.
Yep, Whitney.
Loved like, she had she was a big Celine fan.
Okay.
She loved Celine.
Yes.
But Bonnie Raitt was like her fucking jam.
That's great.
Is mom rock to me.
Mom rock, yeah.
I love mom rock.
Cyndi Lauper.
Oh yeah, dude.
My mom...
They don't need no man.
My mom had that Five for Fighting album.
That's sick. That's very fun.
Stand to fly.
I kind of like that. I had an older sister, and she was the one that would like put me on to cool shit in the 90s. Like she put me on to Pearl Jam. She put me on to like... Because I was like, 10. You don't know good music when you're 10.
No, yeah, you need someone to tell you.
Stepdads and older sisters are the ones that get you onto everything.
Yeah.
My stepdad got me into Rush when I was a kid. He would get me into like fucking Black Sabbath. And you're like, all right, Nick.
Cool.
It's like listening to like fucking War Pigs.
You
and
can
you're
fuck
like,
my mom. I don't mind.
all right, I heard you got a... Yeah, right, Nick. My mom said you're boring, but you got a big old dome.
Let's go.
Yeah. You could build shit in our garage.
Yeah, literally.
I wish I would have hung out with him, man. I missed that opportunity. That's a real missed opportunity. My stepdad was like straight up a mechanic, and I just didn't go out into the garage.
And
I just fagged off in the house and watched wrestling with my little toys instead of walking 15 feet from learning how to become an actual man.
Whatever.
Dude, he built a Yamaha dirt bike just like in a month.
That's pretty cool.
Just came in the house. He's like, Dan, I built a dirt bike. Want to go ride around on it? And I was like, yeah, dude.
Absolutely. I had no idea that's what you were doing.
And then he built my mom a 1970 MGB.
That's awesome.
Like got the engine, got the body, and then built around it. And like,
he's an engineer then?
Engineer
kind of, or
I
mechanic?
don't know what he was. He just was fucking.
They got divorced?
Yeah, when I was like 11.
Okay.
They got divorced. But he ruled. I've been looking for him. I've been trying to find that dude.
I bet you could find his.
I tried.
Really?
I tried. He's like 80 something now.
Yeah.
And I've been trying to find him just to be like, I just want to reach out to him and be like, yo, thanks for not fucking me.
Yeah, I
straight up.
Very honest.
Honestly, that was the danger zone. He was cool as fuck, dude. My dad used to call. Yeah. And him and my dad would talk on the phone. Yeah. And I, for some reason, liked that.
That's how you know it's.
I was like, hell yeah, Nick.
Like men can be, if your dad vouches, then you can.
Yeah, my dad would like call to talk to me, but then Nick would pick up and he'd be like, what's up, Nick? And he'd be like, oh, nothing, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah,
you know?
Chill.
Oh, this is going on. And I'd be like,
what do you think happened with your mom and Nick?
Oh, she told me. My mom and I are open. It just was. She wasn't in love with him. Right. It just didn't work. When you're the only child of a single mom, you learn a lot.
Your experience sounds similar to mine.
Okay, so you had a single mom?
Yeah. Well, yeah. So they got divorced when I was 13. Dad.
How was that?
It was awkward.
Were you ready for it?
No, I didn't know because my parents are like silent, keep everything behind closed doors.
They never fought in front of you?
Nope. It just got more quiet. I noticed all that.
Trish likes to scrap, so I kind of always knew when it was going bad.
Yeah.
And I respect her for that.
We're like Northeast Irish.
Oh, yeah, you're like, that's pleasant.
You know what? I love your father.
I was just listening to a podcast about a guy named John List.
Okay, funny.
I was listening to the last podcast on the List episode about John List, who looks like Joe List.
Weird.
And killed his whole family.
Oh.
But the dynamic was very much the wife would talk shit and then he would just like eat it. He would just be like, okay.
That's how it starts.
And that's how it starts.
That's how it goes.
Then, so your mom got out. You and your mom got out lucky that your father didn't murder everybody.
True.
Did they?
Because it
got intense?
I mean, it was weird. It was.
How did they tell you?
Like, so they were like, it was like Sunday. They were like, girls, come downstairs. I'm like, the fuck? Fuck they want. And
your sister's 17.
Yep.
And you're 13.
Yeah.
So she's like a senior in high school.
7th grade, and she was a senior.
Damn, they really tried to keep it together until you got out.
They did. They tried so hard.
That is the equivalent of pissing your pants. You go, hold it just a little bit longer. We're there. And then you're like, fuck, I'm pissing everywhere. Maddie's in fucking 8th grade. Oh, fuck, we're done.
More than you ever peed in your life. Oh, fuck, I'm pissing. Yeah, so we came down. My mom was like, so, your dad and I are separating. I'm like, the fuck?
Really?
What?
Was she emotional about it?
She was kind of like.
Was your dad in the room?
My dad,
just
two hands in front, like standing.
No, did he do that? Now kids?
No, he just stood there, kind of like didn't talk.
Really?
Yeah, didn't talk. And my sister's a senior, so she probably was like, duh. Because she's more...
Did she know? Have you guys ever talked about it?
We talked about it.
She could feel it coming?
I think she could feel it coming, and then I think my dad told her more stuff right after because she's already in college. And
yeah, she's leaving.
But they were like, with me. So my 7th grade ass was like, well, I'm not going to tell anyone because I'm embarrassed because I live in this weird town where I just want everyone to think I'm normal, LOL. You know what I mean? You're like, I don't want people to know I have a broken family.
Yeah, and you do. It's crazy. It's crazy how embarrassing you think divorce is until you realize that it's like...
It's nothing.
One of the only benefits of having my parents break up when I was 5 was like, I just grew up with like... Yeah, whatever.
This is what it is.
I got a stepdad.
That's mom.
Whatever.
Yeah,
that's my mom. That's my mom's boyfriend.
Yeah.
And like, there is like something to be... But there's something to be said about jealousy. like jealous of, but then you really quickly realize like people with married parents, most of the time their parents are fucking miserable.
I know.
Most of them, they like, and then they try to do this excuse where they go like, well, yeah, my mom sleeps in the guest room. And you go like, that's not good. I just know that's not good. What are we doing?
Yeah.
So I think, I don't know, there was like, when I was young, I think I was very jealous of people like that. But then as like you hit 13 and 14 and then shit starts like, everyone starts getting divorced. Yeah. You're in high school and it's like,
game over.
And then it's like, oh, so I had to top them, you know what I mean? Had to have the dad die, you know what I mean? Had to have my dad dip out real quick and die and go to the other astral plane, you know?
Had some shit happen,
but it's crazy. Like, I know what you mean. You're like, you're 13 and you're like, am I gay? Like, it's like that feeling of like, you're like, oh fuck, I'm fucking embarrassed.
Yeah,
like my parents, no one can know.
Turned upside down.
Yeah.
Like, oh, I thought this was how it was going.
Did your dad move out?
Then he moved out.
How quickly after?
So the thing is, what I should have seen coming was that my dad had been living in Connecticut because he was like, we might move here. There's
I'm going to go test the waters.
Literally.
I'm going to go see what the pussy's like in Connecticut.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm going to go get fucked in Connecticut. But you guys, I'll be right back.
Yeah, I'll be at Stanford. So, yeah.
He was in Stanford?
He was out somewhere in fucking...
Classic place to fucking get road pussy.
No, I know. Trust me. That train pussy. Yeah, and then he bought a house in the city of Buffalo. Then my mom and I moved into this tiny house in the town where I was still going to school. So he was like 30 minutes
So
away.
you could stay in school.
So
you want to stay around your friends.
Yeah, well, I don't think I was even conferred or talked to about it.
Really?
It was all talking between them. Like, even my dad was like, I kind of want custody of the girls. And my mom was like, but then my mom will probably say different. It's all
How did you feel
stories.
when you heard your dad wanted custody?
I only found out recently, and I was like, wow, actually, that kind of makes sense. Because you actually really liked being a dad and loved being a father. And
do you think that would have been cool?
I think it would have been cool. I think maybe we could have moved to the city of Buffalo, gone to like a cool school, maybe gotten out of the suburb vibe where it's just really white.
And and they're also very judgmental.
Very judgmental. And the reason we had moved to this town was because of my sister. Because she was so smart. And they were like, the schools. But it ended up being a shit town where we all were weirded out because everyone was like ultra, like Mean Girls wealthy. Like kids had Range Rovers.
That's what,
type of shit.
It's not good.
So then you internalize like, oh, I'm poor, I'm a loser, I'm a fat fuck.
And those are the people that make you feel bad for about having divorced parents until you realize that their mom's been fucking her tennis instructor for fucking 10 years.
Exactly, and you're void of any sort of
you realize
emotion.
You think rich kids have it good until you grow up, and then you realize you're like, oh, they're just as fucked up as anybody.
Just as, and if not, maybe more fucked.
I used to think anybody with a finished basement had it perfect.
Oh my, I used to get
you'd be like, oh, you got a finished basement? This is fucking fantastic.
I had like a friend who had like a painting of herself over their family's fireplace.
That's insane. Like as a little girl?
Yeah. Like shit like that.
She's so lucky she didn't get kidnapped.
I know.
You have a painting of your little kid. You are begging for either them to die tragically or to get kidnapped.
It's Jean Benet vibes.
It's 1,000% Jean Benet. It's just
freak show.
Christmas is always different now.
Yeah.
And it's because you got that goddamn painting.
Yeah, always
you got that.
And then they adopted a kid,
painting.
And the kid, they still kept the painting up.
They did?
Yeah, they kept the painting of the girl, and they had a little Chinese girl, and then the Chinese girl never got it.
Yeah, but I bet she learned how to wail on the cello.
Oh, there's some sort of yo-yo ma in there.
Yeah, nothing makes you try harder than just a painting of your white sibling above the fire. She's like, I will do better. I will do more. I will outdo the painting child. That's crazy. Your parents didn't talk to you about it. The thing that I'm really like happy about with my mom is she was very like upfront and communicated well with me.
That's what I could have gone for more, because after they said we're separating, my dumbass was like, maybe they'll work it out.
Yeah, you always hope they're going to work it out.
Yeah, because my mom, I think I started crying, and my mom came upstairs. She was like, I've always loved Dad. They
gave me you.
Be good friends. And you're like, all right, okay, so maybe you're just working on shit. Then like a year later, my mom brought home this guy, Bruce. And I was like, who the fuck is this?
Oh my God, I didn't even think about it. I was so... growing up, it was normal that my mom dated.
Right.
I remember my mom's first boyfriend outside after my dad. His name was Dennis.
Oh my God, my mom had a boyfriend named Dennis.
And they had a kid, and they lived in the apartments behind the King Supers on Parker and 225. I remember that. and I hated it.
Yeah.
Hated it, but I was 5. I was like very like.
So your emotions are wiling in different ways, and you could.
I miss my dad. I don't know who this guy is.
Screaming for no reason.
I might have a brother. Oh, acting out in school like a motherfucker.
For sure. Daniel.
But 5 years. I was like 5 or 6. I think my mom waited a little bit, so I might have been like 6 when she started dating, and I just did not like it.
Right.
And then by 7, I was like,
right.
Oh, my friend Jason's sister would babysit me. And then her friend Lori, who ended up becoming like my babysitter, and you're just like, oh, cool, Lori's coming over. She lets me watch movies I shouldn't watch. Right. Like rated R action movies. So I'm like, yeah, Lori rocks.
Sounds
good luck.
Yeah. Bye. Have fun.
My mom will come home and with her big hair and her shoulder pads, and you'd be like, hope that went well. And then the next thing you know, she's like, I want to introduce you to someone. And that's when you're like, fuck.
Always.
Fuck.
Matt.
No.
My mom go, Matt. I want it. Same thing. There's someone I like you to meet.
Oh my God.
He would go, hey, Maddy, I've heard so much about you.
Oh my God. I've heard so much about you.
What could you have
What a
heard?
hack line.
Yeah, saying that to you.
Fucking hack.
This little 8-year-old.
Oh yeah, something happened to you on the way to the comedy club? Yeah. You fucking shithead. Be honest with me. I've heard dude, you just triggered me. I haven't heard that. I've heard so much about shut the fuck up.
What have you heard?
What?
Because I'm actually I'm kind of a bad kid. So
hit me with the stats.
She tell you I ruined her life?
Huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, what's my allowance? Tell me some stuff that I'm interested in. Who's my favorite wrestler?
That's what I thought.
How many comic books do I have under my bed? Motherfucker. Exactly. My leg or a tits guy? Huh?
Well, I know that one.
Yeah. But dude, that's so funny. I like you. I've heard so much about you. I haven't heard that exact sentence that you're like, oh, fuck, I hated that.
I hate you.
Did you like Bruce?
I didn't like Bruce only because he was the first. Yeah. If I could go back in time, I would be nicer about everything. But I was uncommunicated to, and
that's how I felt about Nick.
Yeah,
you're like, dude, I liked him, and I think I was just a little too mean on him because he wasn't my dad.
I sent my mom's boyfriend a message once. Bruce.
What?
Bruce. This is how much I hated Bruce.
Oh, would you send him a message on?
AOL. So I came home and she was logged into AOL, and I sent him a message and I called him.
No, you did not.
Yeah.
As your mom?
Yeah.
As your mom?
Like Jay Wilder. Her last name's Wilder. Jay Wilder. And then Bruce, like 1972 or something.
Something like fucking easygoing Bruce.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fucking. And you called him a fag?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Like how? Were you like, yo, what's up, dude? I don't want to date you anymore. You're a fag.
Basically, it was like, don't call me ever again. And haha. And I said like, haha, you suck.
Damn. I'm not gonna lie. That's impressive.
And she confronted me.
Yeah.
But I could tell that.
She goes, I just want to let you know the sex was incredible.
Yeah.
Turns out calling him that made him bang me through a wall.
Really angry. He took my throat in his hands.
My Lord, he put my ankles behind my ears. What did you say to that man, Maddy?
It turns out I have a bondage kink. Thank you for unraveling that for me.
Well, it turns out I found out my boyfriend Bruce likes a digit in the butt.
He blew my diaphragm right out.
Yeah. Oh, fuck, finger my butt.
Oh, fuck, call me faggot. Call me faggot.
Oh, my God. That's you unlocked him. You go, no, shit.
Accidentally.
No.
I accidentally made them stronger.
No. Now they're going to something called hedonism in Jamaica.
Oh, my God.
You're like, no, mom's a freak.
What is this package? Oh, my God, it's a dildo.
Oh, my God, and it's two-sided, and there's only 2 of them.
Ass to ass.
Ass to ass. Ass to ass. So who confronted you first, your mom or Bruce?
Mom did.
If I'm Bruce, dude, I'm looking to take your fucking head off. You're lucky you're not a boy.
Imagine
if I was a boy, if I did that to one of my mom's boyfriends, I would have my dukes up.
I think my mom knew like that she was kind of screwing up by the way she was going about things. So she never she kind of came in knowing like it's kind of crazy I'm bringing all these dudes around. So she came to me and she kind of had a smirk on her face. So I knew I was never going to see Bruce again because I kind of felt like she used the messages to be like, this isn't going to work.
Oh, my daughter hates you.
Yeah, she was like, kind of like,
if my daughter thinks you're gay, I can't be with you.
Sorry, my daughter called you a fag. It's just not going to work.
I can't get it up for you.
She's a good gator.
Yeah, she goes, and I think she nailed it.
Yeah.
And I think you need to be looking into the male category.
Yeah.
So
she was like,
Bruce was the bad one.
She was like Madeline.
Who's your first good one?
The first good one, there was a guy named Dennis. He had like a mustache.
Oh, they always do.
He was the first who I was like, okay, I'll open up more. But the first solid one was Doug.
Doug!
Yep.
Bring him in, Doug!
He was like
Dougie!
childless engineer.
Great.
Lived on a 40-acre compound in the Finger Lakes. Shotgun, libertarian.
Let's go.
He wore high top Converse with flames on the side.
Bad motherfucker.
Deadhead.
Oh, there it is. So they're dropping some orange sunshine in the barn while you're sleeping in the bedroom, and they're listening to a little fucking
they're listening
Live
to
at Haight-Ashbury.
Exactly.
Ding, 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 ding. And they're like,
Saint
and you're asleep.
Yeah. I'm like, yeah.
You're asleep and they're just tripping nuts.
Tripping.
I love that for your mom.
Yeah, I came home once. There was like Grateful Dead music like simmering from her room. I'm like, she has a guy in there. There's a guy in there.
They absolutely fucked with patchouli in the air.
Incense.
Yeah, just like the patchouli.
Yeah.
They called each other lover. I always think great deadheads fuck by calling each other lover.
Oh, yeah. My mom will always call me and my sister like my, what does she call us? Magnolias. Yeah,
some hippie
my
shit.
Rosebud,
Oh.
stuff like that.
How long did Doug last for?
Doug was about 7 years.
Good. That's a good stretch.
About 7 years.
What was your dad v. Doug like?
It was they would go, they both were at my confirmation for Catholic shit.
Oh yeah.
They both were at my graduation.
Yeah.
It's cordial.
So
cordial.
I didn't think about that. 7 years is enough for your confirmation and your high school graduation.
Yeah. Multiple events.
So you moved away and they were still with Doug.
And my dad were both at my college graduations.
Oh, Doug came back?
Yeah.
After he broke up with your mom?
No, he was still there. So they started dating in high school. And they were together through
10 years.
my mid-20s. It was like 18 to 25.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Divorce 18 to 25 is great.
Yeah, it was. But the problem with Doug is I think they thought we were going to get together forever.
Yeah.
And my mom said, Doug, I want to live in a lake house. I want to live on a lake house. I want to live in a lake house. And Doug lived in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah.
He loved being off the grid. He drove his garbage to the dump.
I love it.
And he built a lake house for my mom, and she moved out.
What do you mean?
They built the lake house, and they moved in together. And Doug fired all the contractors because he couldn't trust that they were doing a good job. And then the house started getting built slower and slower. So my mom was living in this house that wasn't getting built.
And then she just dipped?
Yeah.
Are you team Doug on this?
I still text him and stuff. I'm team both because I can see.
You love your mom.
But I also think maybe they should have talked. It's a communication thing.
Yeah, my mom and her
Sit down
boyfriend.
and speak about if you're going to move into a lake house, how's that going to move? Who's going to be in charge? Who wants things to happen? Instead of being like, I'm out. But that's kind of like the vibe of my family is being like, I'm done.
Yeah, my freshman year of high school, her and her boyfriend bought a house in Hilton Head, South Carolina that they couldn't afford.
Okay.
And just immediately flipped it. Just immediately sold it right back.
Yeah, exactly.
My mom was like, I don't know why we did that. That was a terrible idea.
Yeah.
Like, I watched it happen in real time where
That's
she's like,
so funny.
Joe and I bought a house in Hilton Head.
You're
like, for what? And then the week later, she's like, we cannot afford that house. We have to sell it.
Yes.
It was a huge mistake. It's like they were drunk and they bought
So
it.
funny. You guys are in Colorado.
Yeah.
That's so far away.
Like, why are you going to South Carolina? Their friends lived there.
Right.
But then my mom and Joe broke up, and it was like, oh, that was all him. That wasn't her.
Right.
She didn't give a fuck about South Carolina.
Right. Yeah, you find stuff out after. And so then but now my mom's married, so it's all.
Your mom's married?
Yes. She finally
like
got married. Yeah, she married a guy named Skip. And
Doug the Skip.
Another
dude.
engineer.
Great. Good for
Deadhead.
her. What's up with your dad?
Oh my God.
What's up with your dad on the poon
So when Janine, my mom left my dad got married to a woman with like a personality disorder. Why? Because
Pussy must be
That's what I said.
great.
He worked in freight transportation, so he managed truck drivers.
Oh, yeah.
So this woman worked in the office. Now I'll be like, why'd you get with him? He was like, I was out of divorce and she had long legs and blonde hair.
There you go. There it is. He's honest.
She had huge tits. Her name was Trish. LOL. Shout out.
I mean, your dad's nuts.
Yeah, I know.
Personality disorder?
Ultimately, they were together also like 8 years.
Okay.
And they ended up married. He ended up in jail for a week because of how many times she reported him to the cops for accusing him of poisoning her, trying to kill her, all sorts of stuff, cheating on her.
And he didn't.
No, he
Yeah,
worked
he's
at
mental
FedEx
illness.
like 90 hours a week.
It was mental
It was
illness.
mental illness. He would,
Damn.
and I was there when she would have episodes. You're like, what the fuck?
Oh, you'd
this
see
bitch
her.
is crazy. Yeah. There was one time, him and I went to because they lived in Atlanta for a second. We went to a Falcons game and she's texting me like, your dad smokes cigarettes. your dad's cheating on me. I'm like, yo, your wife's texting me shit.
And how old are you when you're doing
I
that?
was in college when that happened.
And was your dad like?
Yeah, he was like that. So I'm like, oh,
He's
this
like,
happens a lot.
He's like, sorry, the head game's crazy.
The first time they got in a fight.
It's like the way, he's like, the neck is unbelievable.
It's like, Sloppy Toppy's insane.
And he goes, I just fuck, it's like, I bust, and then I'm like, what am I doing?
Fuck, she's still
and
there.
And then the bag fills back up, and we move to Atlanta. And that's why I'm here. Damn, dude.
So he got caught up in a shit kind of abusive thing.
And he's out now, though.
Yeah, he's out now, but he had to pay because in New York State, she was on disability because she had alleged MS, lupus, blah, blah, blah. Hasn't worked a day in her life, and so he had to pay money for years.
Is he out now,
so
though?
now he's out, and he's like, no more women.
Really?
I'm done, yeah.
It's just dogs or whatever?
I think not even.
Just living by himself?
Yeah, living by himself, plays guitar, listen to music. His family's up there, so.
Get him a cat.
I know he needs a cat. His cat died like a year ago.
Get him a cat.
I know.
Get the fucking old man a cat.
I think he should get a little house on some land, do some gardening, till it up.
Yes.
Dog.
That's exactly what will happen.
Little back patio, grill.
If I am old and alone, that's where I will be.
Yeah.
On my own little plot of land, puttering around.
So much to do. There's stuff to do every day.
With my little animal friends.
Yeah.
I ain't worried about it.
At all.
Leave me alone.
All you need is a little
I need some of that old, not strong weed.
Yeah, like regular.
Give me like a nice 15% THC.
Please.
And I'm just doing my gardening.
Because now every time I go to the dispensary, it's 35%.
Do you want to get shot into space or into the moon? And you go, I just want to stay here on this planet.
Yeah, do you want to get blasted off? No, I just want to relax like a little bit.
I just want to kind of relax and play some video games. And they go, no, we're going to bring up we're going to make you feel every fear you've had.
Yeah.
Yeah, I never got to have a stepmom. My dad got a lot of pussy after he broke up with my mom, but
yeah,
it was
he was
all
slamming.
He was a bartender, so it was all single serving dishes.
Yeah.
It was just like
he's a player.
I never met like the one girlfriend I met I hated.
What was she like?
Super white trash. She lived in this like double wide trailer in California, and she had it might have been a house. It might have been a double wide. He dated a lot of women in trailer parks. And
they're there.
She was all. I just didn't like my dad. Who like they were just white trash.
Yeah,
and I was kind of snooty because my mom had a good job.
Yeah,
she raised me in a good neighborhood in the suburbs.
Right,
like middle class, good neighborhood.
Did your mom talk shit about your dad's lifestyle?
Yeah.
What'd she say?
Till he died.
I don't even know what he's doing out there.
No, she's just like, your dad's a drunk, your dad's a liar.
Got it.
Dad's a piece of shit.
Got it.
And then you're like, yeah, but he's fun as fuck. And then my mom, it was funny watching my mom, my dad fucked my mom over, but it was funny watching my mom have to give it up to the fact that my dad was very funny.
Yeah.
She would never not say that. She would go like, he's a piece of shit, he's a liar. And then she'd be like, he's very funny.
Wow.
He's very, very funny.
That's you. That's how you were born.
He was very charming.
People.
He was very charming, very funny, but there was one girlfriend, I remember the first girlfriend I jerked off to. I was like 11. Shout out Cheryl.
His girlfriend?
Yeah. She came around the corner. I was like, God damn. I was 12 and I was visiting him. And he's like, this is my girlfriend Cheryl. And I was like, whoa.
Dude.
And I remember being like a little manipulative motherfucker. I go, can we go swimming? Can Cheryl come?
Hilarious.
And then she showed up and she was hot. Blonde chick, huge tits.
Yep, 2-piece.
One piece, but Baywatchy. So it was like there was cleavage up top.
The side of the mound a little bit.
Yes. And the top. And she had a kid, and she's like, do you want to hang out with this kid? I was like, yeah, I don't give a fuck, whatever. And then we just like went to the pool, and I was like, fuck, look at Cheryl's big ass tits.
Dude.
And then I went home and just fucking ripped my dick off when I got back to Colorado. I was 12 years old, so it was just like my mom worked all the time, and I was just like alone.
Yeah.
I don't think she had a boyfriend. Joe wasn't living with us at the time, so I was just like, oh, I'm going to jack off. And she was cool. I think she was a little bit of a problem, I found out later, like by my grandma's best friend. Shout out Barb, R.I.P. Barb. But Barb lived in the townhome. She rented her townhouse. Back in the day, Barb lived in the Bay Area. And where my grandma lived was like a retirement place for people north of San Francisco.
Okay.
So Barb lived in the Bay Area, and when she retired, she moved to where my grandma lived. And they lived around the corner, and they'd, hang out all the time. But I was hanging out at Barb's one time, and she was like, yeah, Gary dated that girl Cheryl that lived here, and she was a fucking problem. And then immediately I perked up because I remember Cheryl.
Right.
And I go, Cheryl lived there?
What was that? What was up?
I was like,
what was up
oh,
with her?
did she leave any pictures? Maybe any bathing suit pictures?
Yeah, how'd she
You wouldn't
know?
have any photos, right? Did you know her Insta? It's like from 1990. And you're like,
you said Cheryl, right?
Yeah, Cheryl's Insta. But
how was she? She was just a con.
yeah, I think she's just crazy.
Yeah.
I think she's just crazy. And then I think my dad like really was whipped on her, and I think she was kind of like maybe like a little bit of a hoe.
Yeah.
And I think she was kind of like, when you hung out with her, you're kind of like, I remember being like, my dad's more into her than she's into him.
Yeah.
I remember feeling that.
That's
and
funny.
being like, damn, dude.
That's funny.
Dad.
Dad.
I get it,
You
but
look
Dad.
like a loser.
Come on, bud.
Yeah.
I don't think you're the only one.
I think there's a couple people.
She was like, I remember, dude, this is the most random shit, and I know you're too young to know who these people are, but she went like, one time my dad was like, yeah, she's friends with the Nitty Gritty Dirt Band. And you go, is she?
Oh, yeah?
You go,
She's friends.
she's a friend of them.
She's getting in the nitty gritty.
She's getting nitty gritty,
Yeah.
if you know what I mean. But then he dated another lady, and I forget her name, but he like kind of lived with her for my dad. If my dad wasn't living with a lady, he would live with my grandma.
Okay.
And then occasionally have his own place.
Yeah.
This lady had 3 kids. The 2 oldest were out of the house, but the youngest was in the house, and he was 2 years older than me, and he was a fucking cunt. Fat tit Neil.
The
You
kid,
you piece of shit.
Fat Tit Neil.
Yeah, Fat tit Neil.
And what do you do? He
He's just a
terrorized?
mean motherfucker. He was jealous that I was Gary's actual kid.
Okay.
Like my dad was very funny.
And
My dad was very fun to be
so
around.
he was like, Gary.
Gary,
He loved Gary.
as a stepdad,
Yeah.
Gary must have. As an uncle, Gary was like the best.
Totally.
My cousin Lisa was like, "Your dad fucking ruled," and you're
Everyone
like,
was Gary, yeah.
"He sucked as a dad."
Right.
But like Neil, Fat Tit Neil was like jealous because my dad. You know, I don't know. My dad might have been gaslighting me, but he'd always talk about like, "I love you, buddy. You're like my friend." And then I grew older, and I was like, "I don't think that." I don't think.
Asking if your dad was gaslighting, saying "I love you."
I swear to God,
I love you.
I went through that
You
like
know that, right?
in therapy.
Yeah.
Well, my dad would be like, "I love you. You're my favorite. You're my best friend," and then we wouldn't talk for 2
No, literally.
years.
What does that even mean?
You go like the fucking. I'm not.
Yeah.
Why you treat me like Cheryl treated you?
Yeah.
What is
Yeah.
this?
Seriously.
I need to fucking. Dude, I'm playing football. I need advice.
Help me.
Help me. How do I block?
No, I love you. You know I love you.
Yeah, oh, no, you're the best, dude. I love you, buddy. I'll call you soon. And then I'd be like, where's my birthday card? He's like, shit, I don't know. I think I lost it.
Fuck. Yeah, it's in the mail.
So Fat Tit Neil was just jealous that I had his blood.
Yeah.
That I was his rightful sire, his heir. And he was a cunt. Fat Tit Neil was a cunt. He was such a cunt that I'm writing a cartoon right now for Fox, and one of the characters is Fat Tit Neil.
Hilarious.
And if Neil is still alive and not dead from oxys or fucking fentanyl, I hope you see it and I hope it burns you, fat tit.
Yeah, shout
bitch.
out Fat Tit. And
I bet you got diabetes now.
Oh,
with your
yeah.
big ass tits.
Fat Tit, one
We went
foot
to the
Neil.
league. Dude, that was the best. That was one of the best moments. He was very mean to me. I was 12. He was 14. And then we went to the Blue Lakes. Everyone in Lake County knows the Blue Lakes. We went to go swimming. And old Fat Tit Neil took off his shirt. And that was the first time I was like, look at old titty ass Neil. That was when I realized, I was like, I got this motherfucker.
Hilarious.
You're like, oh yeah, nice nipples, weirdo.
fat-
On the drive over, he's like, he would call me Danny, because that's what my dad would call me. He'd be like, Danny said he smoked a cigarette. And I was like, I have. He was like doing that kind of mean shit.
Yeah,
Where he's
yeah.
like, Danny lives with his
Danny.
mom. And then he took his shirt off, and I was like, I was like, look at old Fat Tit
Neil
Neil.
has big areolas.
Oh, he had some
Yeah.
pillowy tits.
Yeah.
He had some pillowy tits.
Hilarious.
Can't be mean after you've
No, you
shown
can't.
everyone your tits,
No, you
you
can't.
fucking cunt.
You really
but
can't.
and then it sucked. I had to like stay at their house for a little under a week and just sleep on their itchy ass couch.
Ew.
And then my dad and her would get hammered. We wouldn't eat dinner till like 11:30 midnight.
Oh.
And it just sucked. So I never liked her. And then she ended up giving my dad hepatitis C, and he died of cirrhosis. So
What?
pretty sure that's the bitch that killed him.
You think it was her? Yeah.
Yeah, I
Wow.
mean, I don't think my dad liked condoms. And I definitely think it was. I mean, I know for a fact it was hepatitis C that turned into cirrhosis or liver and
Jeez.
kidney failure.
What the fuck?
He just didn't go to the doctor, and he
Right.
just drank crazy.
And he was a bartender till he died?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Lakeside
Wow.
Lanes.
Wow. Well, Dan, I'm sorry that to end
no,
on
but
this,
I think that shit's fine.
Yeah.
That's why I'm always interested when like people's parents get divorced, because I think it's like,
Everyone's experience is so different.
It's like, how did they handle it?
Like my parents handle it very outwardly, but then I found like their emails and my dad was like screaming at her in all caps.
Really?
So it's like, I know y'all just fucking hate each other.
And they never, when you got older, did they admit they hated each other?
And now it's like, they've been apart longer than they've been together. And now the shit talking is like through the roof. I'm like, drop it. You should have done that earlier because I don't want to hear about it.
Are they cool at all?
No. Yeah. I mean, I would say like white people cordial. Like, good to see you, Mike.
That smile.
Mike, good to see you. You know, the side kiss.
Oh, how are you? Oh, I heard about you and Trish.
I'm sorry about your mother. And if my mom asks my dad a question, he takes everything.
I'll tell you the next phase. When one of them dies, the other one usually chills out.
Right.
My dad died. My mom was like, it's kind of rough on your dad.
Yeah.
She's kind of like, fuck.
Right. Yeah.
I don't think I should have fucking shit talked him as much.
They always get weird after someone dies.
Yeah, because I think it's...
I get it.
I think it's also like, you had a dead guy inside you, Trish.
I know. It's very existential. Anyone you banged ever died? I never banged a dead person.
I don't know. I'd have to like look into that.
Yeah, you have to.
It'd definitely be from the restaurant years. I'll tell you that.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Ain't recently, but I'll tell you the restaurant years.
Oh yeah, they're close. Whether it's like a
probably a couple gals ain't walking around.
Accident
or bad coke.
Yeah, fentanyl.
Yeah, you're like, she was working at TGI Fridays and she got some fentanyl coke, and you go, shit. Have you fucked anyone that's died?
No, but I keep tracks. I keep track of everyone.
All my ex-girlfriends are alive, and I'm very happy for that.
That's good.
I'm very happy for that.
Yeah.
But I don't know. That's got to be crazy.
I know.
Especially if it was good.
Right.
Because then you go, then you can't like, do you jerk off to them? Do they come back as ghosts? Like,
right. Can you jerk off to, or like if you...
I've jerked off to dead porn stars before.
Yeah, that's what I was going to ask.
Tough.
Like,
you can get there.
Kind of an awkward
But
thing.
like someone you know.
Yeah.
And then you're like, they're watching me.
Yeah, they're probably watching you.
And then it's like, were they into that? And then you're like, they are into that. And you go, they were freaky.
Right.
We're freaky ass motherfuckers.
You know what I'm saying?
It's for you. Oh, catch it. Oh. I'm just in a Radisson Inn on the road. Like, oh, catch it. Catch my cum, you fucking dirty slut ghost.
Oh, fuck, I hate myself.
Oh, fuck. Oh, fuck, I'm so sorry. I hope you're happy on the other side.
Yes.
Oh, fuck, I'm sorry you had to watch me do that. I always had this joke that never worked about, I always feel bad for ghosts in hotels that weren't hotels when they died.
That's funny.
Because then they're just stuck there, and then it's like watching a businessman come in, and they're like, don't. God damn, he's jerking off.
Oh, my God, this used to be a children's hospital.
Yeah, he's like, I died of cancer when I was 6. I'm like, fuck, I got to get downstairs before the conference. Oh, tell my mother. Oh, I left her a note. Oh, fuck. Oh, fuck.
Oh, freak.
Oh, fuck. You fucking gross weirdo.
Well, Dan, thanks for coming in today.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
I had a blast.
Thanks for letting me hang out at your house.
It's the Madhouse, not to be confused with the Soder House.
You can smoke weed in the garage at the Soder House.
That's right, he's got a white fridge. Motherfucker got a white fridge with extra soda and icy pops.
Shout out Hanson Soda from Costco.
Shout out. Where can we find you, etc.?
DanSoder.com. I have the podcast, my podcast Soder. I have the regs. I have go to punchup.live.
Classic.
I'm doing movie watch-alongs.
Oh, nice. On Punch Up?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
And then
it's fun.
The Golden Retriever of Comedy Tour starts in September. I will be mostly West Coast dates, but all my dates are at dansoder.com. Get the tickets through dansoder.com. Do not go through Google. Do not go through other websites. Go through dansoder.com, or else tickets are going to look like they're $1,000 and they're not. They're like $45.99. Please go to dansoder.com for tickets.
dansoder.com. Go to only Dan Soder.
dansoder.com. Don't go to Google, or you will pay.
Exactly. And we'll see you guys next week in the Madhouse. Peace.